Greetings, YouTube community, sports fans nation and worldwide. You've entered the Sports Opinion Log. I'm your host, Lex Anderson, and in tonight's video, we're just going to have a little NBA tete-a-tete. That's fancy talk we're just going to have a talk about the NBA and what's going on. So first and foremost, thank you very much for tuning in. And let's talk about it, because here in the Sports Opinion Log, I also like to think of myself as a sports counselor. Come to me with your issues. Drop a comment below. Laker Nation, LA all day, every day. It still doesn't stop. Despite the fact that they lost to the Suns last night, final score 118-109. And of course, we already know all this stats. It's the worst team by percentage that LeBron's ever lost to. The Suns are trying to tank, but yet the Lakers still couldn't beat them. Look, I'm going to say the same thing I say with every video. Year one is supposed to be a rebuilding year, not a playoff contending or contention year. So what's happening is of no concern to me, honestly. Let the Lakers stumble and bumble and flounder their way out the playoffs. Because I'm going to say what I say also in every video, that two things are guaranteed if you're an athlete. One, you might get traded. Two, you might suffer an injury. And three, you might have to have surgery as a result of said injury. So, and with that being said, actually there's a fourth thing now, because it's 2019. And today's players, today's athletes aren't as mentally strong as the athletes I grew up watching. These guys, physically, they're like paper mache. They're very fragile, like Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, CP0, Joel Embiid. Who else do we have? Here and there, Durant, Curry. You get what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, people have to realize just one thing and one thing only. If you are putting on sneakers, shorts, a tank top to put a letter ball through a nylon net, I prefer to just dish it off with a no-look assist. You have an easy life. You are earning a minimum average of $7.5 million. And when you put on a jersey for the Lakers, let's make one thing clear. People are going to come at you. So if you don't have the mentality, if you don't have the mental fortitude, if you don't have the courage from within to say, I'm going to be a professional athlete and give my best day in, night out, game after game after game, and then when the postseason comes, if you're lucky to get there, I'm prepared to go next level. These Lakers don't have it. I'm not impressed. The young core and who LeBron would prefer to play with, I really don't care. Because again, it is year one of a 4-year project to bring the Los Angeles Lakers back to prominence. Now, as a sports host, as a sports fan, I now can focus on other things, like who else is out there winning or losing? Oh, you mean the way the Boston Celtics lost earlier today to James Harden and the Rockets? Yeah, that's quite hilarious. So it allows me, final score on that one was 115-104. Harden drops 42 points, fouls out at some point in the fourth quarter. And look at that, the Celtics still can't secure a victory. The Celtics have now lost, what, 4 out of the last 5 games? It's like pathetic. Hold on here. We're just going to pull it up right now. Real time. Let's see. I tried to have this information beforehand, but you know, it's the Celtics, so I don't really care. But the point is, the Celtics have only won one game since coming off the All-Star break, and that was to the Washington Wizards, who are also trash. So good for the Celtics for losing. Currently, we have OKC losing to Memphis 93-88 with 2 minutes 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knicks once again get stomped out by the Clippers 128-107. I mean, like, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Detroit beats Toronto 112-107 in overtime. And look at this. The Wizards beat the Timberwolves 135-121. Look, we'll just call it, Portland over the Charlotte Hornets 118-108. Atlanta over Chicago 123-118. So look, here's the thing. Oh, and look at this. Cleveland beats Orlando 107-93. The same Orlando that had beat the Golden State Warriors. And speaking of the Golden State Warriors, they almost lost to the Sixers last night. Final score 120-117. I mean, like, you can't be taking these moral victories. You have to come through with W's at this time of the year. So the fact that, you know, the NBA is trying to hype it up as Golden State versus Phillies in a potential finals matchup, according to who? According to who? Joel Embiid supposedly will be coming back in a week, but is he durable enough? And he's going to have to get back into NBA shape? And what if he gets injured before or during the playoffs? Like, this guy, again, paper mache, fragile vase. Joel Embiid, I have no faith in him whatsoever. To me, between the Raptors, Bucks, and then I would put the Sixers there, you know? And I can't even give you 2 other teams to round it out because that's how whack the East is. But you know what? I'm going to take a quick look at the standings so I can see what I'm going with here. Milwaukee, Toronto, Pacers, Sixers, Boston. So those are your top 5. Bottoms down. Detroit 6, Brooklyn Nets 7, Orlando 8. Okay, and look at this. Atlanta's 22-42. They're in 12th place. So it doesn't matter that Trae Young's having all these great scoring games. They're not even bound to go to the playoffs. Like, give me a break. Like, there's just so much on the NBA landscape that is honestly kind of whack. At least for the Eastern Conference. And here for the West, what do we have? Warriors, Nuggets, Portland, OKC, Houston, Utah, Clippers, Spurs. Look at that. Spurs in 8th. In the 8th spot. Clippers are ahead of them in the 7th spot. And look at Houston. Currently sitting at number 5. I mean, like, okay, it's only give or take a couple of games. So, Capella's back. You have CP0. You have Harden, who I have to give props to him for his durability in holding down the team. But, you know, everything still goes through Golden State at the end of the day. So we need not talk about it being a lost season. We need not talk about LeBron and the LeBron sexuals versus the diehard Laker fans like myself. Because at the end of the day, it is still a rebuilding project. It has to have time to grow. And speaking of grow, if you have come this far in the channel, I beseech and implore thee, you, the viewer, to do the right thing and subscribe to this channel. Press that button right there to your left. We'll get into the other accessories and dynamics towards the end of this video. But yeah, there's a whole lot of excitement out there on the NBA landscape. The Celtics are floundering. They're failing. They're falling. Kyrie's an oddball, flake-ass Negro who wants to run back into LeBron's arms and be a winner again because he knows that he doesn't have what it takes in his heart, or I should say lack thereof, to be a truly great player. He wanted his own team, he got his own team, and he wants to bail. But what else is new? Because in this day and age and generation, that's all these guys know how to do. There is no loyalty. All they want to do is bail. AD wants to bail, Kyrie wants to bail. It's kind of sickening, honestly. So, you know, just stay here to be prepared for more videos talking about the reality and not give you highlights, because it's the power of the spoken word in which the Sports Opinion Log and Lex Anderson operates by. And speaking of operate, that bell icon to your right, ding, press it to stay updated for any and all upcoming future videos. I thank you very much for tuning into this video. Do you like the video? Thumbs up. Don't like the video? Thumbs down. But if you don't like the video, there's a good chance that you're hating ass Duke, Kyrie Irving, or Boston Celtics fans, so you'll be forgiven for your hatred, which is also stupidity. Thank you very much, Laker Nation, LA all day, every day. You know how we do. I'm going to do what I do best, and that's pop my collar, because I'm signing out. Yes, don't you just love this Laker hoodie? Got the best post-outro videos right here on YouTube. The numbers do support me otherwise as the Sports Opinion Log continues to grow. Later.